Hi, welcome to our channel Good New. The United States has long been at the forefront of the worldwide 5G movement. After Huawei established itself as the leader in 5G technology, the US proceeded to malign and repress it for no apparent reason. On the one hand, it has ordered local operators not to collaborate with Huawei to develop 5G networks, and it has also requested friends to hand over Huawei 5G equipment, without authorization. Qualcomm, Samsung, Google, TSMC, and other businesses cannot ship. We all know that Huawei can create many chips on its own, however nearly all of these chips are given to TSMC for OEM manufacture. Yu Chengdong stated that processors such as the Kirin 9000 could not be made for the time being because TSMC could not export them freely. Despite the fact that the US has erected several roadblocks in Huawei's 5G development, the company remains autonomous and self-sufficient. Despite US regulation changes, Huawei continues to study next-generation communications network technology. Finally, Huawei's 5G issue is being addressed one step at a time. So, what might Huawei deliver in the scenario of 5G shattering the game step by step? Is there any optimism that Huawei's 5G will be able to move farther in the future? Huawei is continually working on 5G difficulties. In terms of 5G development, Ericsson and Nokia once accomplished a short-term 5G overtake of Huawei thanks to US influence. Why is it described as a short-term overtake? Because the pace of Huawei's 5G development is always accelerating, and challenges are always being solved. First, why is Huawei's 5G global layout now in use? In truth, this is inextricably linked to American propaganda. However, the falsehoods of the United States are gradually being exposed, and more genuine voices are surfacing. On January 10, 2022, former British Business Secretary Cable announced publicly that the reason the UK will reject Huawei 5G was due to US pressure. Furthermore, on the afternoon of March 18, 2022 in the United Kingdom, Howard Watson, Chief Technology Officer of BT Group, publicly announced that the telecommunications industry had initially overhyped Vodafone's 5G Open RAN, but that it did not deliver the expected results, significant cost benefit. Second, according to the Shanghai Securities News, during Huawei's 2021 annual report conference on March 28, 2022, it said that it had assisted more than 3,000 projects in 8 main industries in achieving digital transformation. To put it another way, Huawei has already secured over 3,000 commercial contracts for 5G industrial applications. Third, Huawei's 5G development is hampered by a lack of 5G radio frequency chips. In terms of radio frequency chips, Fumin Micro revealed officially on March 24, 2022, that its own 5G radio frequency chips are designed strictly in compliance with international communication industry standards, and can only support all mobile phones and modules supported platforms. This is, after all, a smartphone. China, in reality, has not lagged behind in terms of 5G base station RF chips. Lidong Communications, a Chinese broadband RF transceiver chip research and development business, announced the introduction of the first 200 HMZ bandwidth-enabled device on the same day on January 21, 2022. B20 RF transceiver chip. This 5G radio is completely compatible with 5G applications, particularly 5G base stations. This demonstrates that, in terms of 5G, Huawei's sky is definitely becoming brighter. So, with Huawei's 5G slowly spreading, what is the impact on Huawei? What will 5G mean for Huawei? Today, Huawei is progressively changing the game in 5G, and the effect and advantages are significant. The 5G communication case that enables dual-mode 5G was formally announced on May 17, 2022. Through incorporated eSIM chips and 5G modems, this 5G communication mobile phone casing immediately implements 5G networks. For the time being, such a 5G physical plug-in can only be fitted to the Huawei P50 Pro model. Today, Huawei's 5G development is progressing in stages. When combined with Huawei's 5G physical plug-in model, it may not be able to improve and solidify Huawei's dominance in the 5G smartphone market and assist Huawei in achieving the return of the king in the 5G smartphone field in the future. Furthermore, in the first quarter of 2021, Huawei received up to $600 million in 5G patent fees, equivalent to 4.1 billion yuan, which accounted for the majority of Huawei's revenue. What does this data indicate? In reality, it demonstrates the importance of the 5G sector to Huawei's economy. Today, Huawei is gradually breaking into 5G, and it may not be difficult to improve Huawei's economic advantages and strengthen Huawei's economic strength. Today, Huawei's 5G is breaking the game step by step, and the hope of breaking the game is growing, but this is not the end of Huawei's 5G development. Is there any chance for further development of Huawei's 5G in the coming days? Is there any chance that Huawei's 5G will go further in the future? In truth, Huawei's future 5G development remains positive. Ding Yun, executive director of Huawei and president of Carrier BG, made a keynote lecture on lighting the future at the Huawei Day Zero Summit on February 28, 2022. Ding Yun disclosed in this address that as of more than 2,000 operators worldwide will have launched 5G networks by the end of 2021, with over 700 million 5G customers and more than 1,200 commercial endpoints. This shows that in the 5G sphere, the existing consumer market and consumer demand are still pretty broad, and Huawei 5G's future development space is still relatively vast. As a result, Huawei's 5G development may not be doomed in the future. Furthermore, on May 10, 2022, Huawei and China Telecom jointly organized a 5G Advanced Revolutionary Technology Conference titled Super Time Frequency Folding. In addition, it displays the appropriate technical laboratory test verification findings. The Super Time Frequency Folding is stated to be based on the 3.5 GHz frequency band, and the uplink equivalent frequency may be as high as 100 MHz, achieving an uplink peak throughput of more than 1 gigabit per second while reducing the end-to-end latency from 10 milliseconds to less than 4 milliseconds. Super Time Frequency Folding is a network that combines enormous uplink bandwidth, low latency, high reliability, and ultra-large capacity to better fulfill the severe performance needs of 5G networks in the key production connections of relevant sectors. It is clear from this report that Huawei is making ongoing efforts in 5G technologies. There is not definitely no more hope and possibility in the future with ongoing advancement. In summary, Yu Chengdong stated today that the supply chain has been substantially improved, and Huawei mobile phones will surely be launched in large numbers in the future, and the introduction of 5G communication shells will allow Huawei mobile phones to support 5G networks via eSIM. The most important thing is that domestic companies like Lidong Communications, Fumin Micro, and others have mass-produced core components like 5G radio frequency chips that can be used in 5G base stations, smartphones, and other equipment, allowing Huawei to reduce its reliance on US dollar devices even further. Various facts suggest that Huawei's 5G is gradually evolving, and Huawei's Sky is progressively emerging. I hope that Huawei will continue to make consistent efforts in the future, striving to enter the 5G industry as soon as possible, not only to survive with quality, but also to realize the return of the previous monarch. Thanks for having your watching in this video. You can add your ideas or suggestions below. Please keep following our channel and like our videos.